Good morning. So I've been focusing a lot on balancing my divine masculine and feminine in the past week or so, or about a week. And it's been going great. And one of the suggestions for me was to look at how I receive, because I have had this pattern or this program of that I do everything and that I have to do everything. And I realized, and my friend pointed out to me, she goes, you receive a lot, you just need to be grateful for it, just like you do gratitude with everything else. So I kind of focus my gratitudes on what I'm receiving rather than what I already have. And it's been interesting because it's shifted the way I am, my awareness, really. It's shifting my awareness of all that I do receive. And holy moly, my manifestations have been crazy this week. Like, I've been saying, I can't wait for the trees to bloom, and they all bloomed this week, and I know that's going to happen anyways. It's that time of year, but it's just I started noticing as I put that out there, and then I've been wanting a bike. I've been saying I'm going to tame down my exercise a little bit to be more calm. Not calm, but like less intense stuff. I've been doing like boot camps and stuff, so I'm going to do. And I was like, I want to start riding bikes with the kids and blah, blah, blah. My friend's like, I have a bike you can have. I was just about to take it to Goodwill. I was literally going to take it tomorrow, and I'm glad that you said something. So I'm going to pick that up from her. And the same lady I've been asking for like my tribe here in Las Vegas, people who have similar high energy and high vibe and like are what I call eighth floor people that just are successful and things go right, and their life is in a certain place and going forward, and they're working on themselves and always getting better, and their self-improvement stuff, and understand my talk the way I think and the way I talk, and I was just like, I really want someone present. I have lots of people that I can talk to who live far away, who I might convene with a couple times a year on vacation here and there, but I've been looking for somebody here, but I hadn't been looking. I've been saying I wanted this, but I hadn't really been making any effort. And this woman is the grandmother of one of my son's friends at school, and I met her at one of the school events, I think back in October, and we hit it off right away and chatted, and we've come together a few times just with the kids hanging out. But she's always like, we should have some tea, or we should go to dinner, or we should do this, and I never follow through, and I'm like, grr. So, that's my next thing is I've been receiving. I've allowed myself to receive, and now I realize that it's okay for me to actually follow through. So, the couple things I talked about this yesterday about sometimes we manifest and block ourselves. That's something I'm going to be really present with this week, I think, because we do that, especially because I have receiving stuff that I'm still working on that program. I'm going to block a lot of the things that I do receive because that's my program. So now that I'm aware of it, it's going to be a lot easier for me to be like, no, I'm not blocking it. This is what I want. This is what I've been saying I want. The universe is giving it to me. It's time for me to accept it. So I accept it, and I'm going to hang out with my friend this weekend and have tea. Well, I don't really like tea, but she can have tea. I'll drink my water. But you know what I mean? It's really good to, and this is just comes back to being present. The more present we are, the more able we are to follow our gut and realize what's our gut and what's our ego. We can realize and say, this is what I really truly want, and accept, and just be like, that's what I'm going to do. So that's kind of a couple things all wrapped into one conversation, but I'm accepting, and it's really cool. I know where this started. I'm coming full circle. So this started at self-love. So because I've been balancing myself out and getting my divine masculine and feminine and accepting and manifesting and all that stuff, people around me have been noticing. You always get these really cool reflections when you do this work, and when you level up and when you get feeling good, because people will say something to reflect that back to you. So I had a young gentleman friend of mine last night was telling me that I'm very attractive, and I was like, cool, thanks. Because I'm have kind of shut that down, that part of me, for a while. So that was a nice thing, and I accepted that, and I was like, oh, I like that. And then I'm stepping away from my gym for a little while to get my hormone levels kind of balanced out. And a nice lady on the site was like, I've loved reading your posts. It's so inspiring and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, great. It's just that validation that people are hearing me, and that my work, that my words are valuable, which was wonderful. I got this beautiful card from my mom, and was saying about how I give so much love to the world, and how important that gift is. And that was amazing. And, so people are seeing this, they're seeing the work I do, and are seeing me, and it's really amazing, and it makes me so happy. And so the work is so valuable to the whole world. Me working on myself and making myself happier and more content and more love puts that love out in the universe, because it affects other people. And when they see you loving yourself, they want to love themselves more. And that's why they were